As we progress through the spring season, folks, it's starting to settle down, the weather that is. And in return, we're going to see some beautiful fruit developing. Now we're looking at this apple tree that I've used as a demonstration specimen for you guys to see how to control a tree from growing out of control and creating lots and lots of bunches of fruit. Now that's in the past. We've spoken about pruning techniques, and that's something you can research on our YouTube channel and other platforms to find out more about how you can prune your tree. And as we get closer to summer, I'll get into the details of pruning it as a summer prune. But for now, what we've got to focus on, I've got to focus on more importantly, is codling moth, especially on apples and pears. Now, they do get hit with it. We do have codling moth pretty much all over the state. And simple tips on maintaining it, I'm not going to demonstrate them because I've done it a million times. Just here for a quick message to let you know, don't forget to put your netting over your trees. I've got my framework here. You can see I've used the steel rods and the poly pipe over the top, crisscross, and I just drape my netting over the top like that. Or if you're more adventurous and you want to challenge yourself with a big, more robust, I suppose, framework, this is the Flexi Garden frame, which is a 2.4 metre by 2.4, 2.8 high. Now, I did place this initially over the plum tree as a demonstration, but this tree wasn't pruned to shape for this purpose. So I've taken it off since because we've got some growth already on top there, and I didn't want it to lean into the netting. So when it comes time to pruning this again in autumn, winter, well, summer, autumn, winter, because we do a couple of prunes, I'm going to bring it even further down so that I can keep the netting over the top, because all I know is the birds love the fruit, the rosellas. They love it. Now back to codling moth. Now what we've got to do is watch out for it, because it doesn't only come out once in the season. It'll have multiple cycles in life, meaning you'll have adults and juvenile progressing and developing through overlapping each other, that is, through the whole season. So we'll have some adult moths coming along to fly onto the fruit. We'll have other ones that emerge from the base and crawl up the trunk, and then the cycle begins again. So what we've got to do is basically either spray the tree with an eco oil base, that's one you can get off the shelf, or make one yourself. Net the tree as well, which is vital and very important. Insect netting, that's what you've got to use. Now that the fruit has set, you can easily cover it, and you can see this tree, just a little bit of growth on top. I may just lift up the framework so I can avoid that and get the netting over the top of that. So the netting, the spray, and the trap, the CLM trap, CLP codling moth trap, CLM trap, codling moth trap. Yeah, that's you're just rolling this, aren't you, mate? You're going to cut it out, aren't you? Good on you. Codling moth traps. They're a red house. It's got a sticky card and a lure that you put inside, and you hang it outside the tree, not in the middle of the tree. You'll find them on our website, and garden centres are selling them as well. We've got some specials running at the moment. So hang one of those outside, maybe north and south if it's a large tree, or if you have multiple trees of the same variety, meaning apples and pears, hang a few within the garden space there so you can attract them to that rather than to your tree. And around the base, get some Glad wrap. We've spoken in the past about masking tape and things like that. Well, Glad wrap will work a lot better. Wrap it around the base of the trunk. You can see last year's or the year before that we've applied it there. And then apply the tree guard on top of the Glad wrap so that it doesn't have direct contact with the bark. I just don't like that sticky substance affecting the bark itself or being in contact with the bark, folks. So, tree guard, codling moth traps, a spray, and the netting, and that should give you as much protection as you need, hopefully all of it, but more than likely you'll save a lot of your fruit from being hit by it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's that little hole that you find on the side of the fruit that appears, and there's a little bit of frass that comes out, which is the poo, if you like, or even the sawdust or the chewing of the fruit that comes out of there. So they pump that out of the hole there, and it becomes a little bit lumpy and tacky or sticky. That can, well, it doesn't spoil the entire fruit, but it spoils a part of it, and you don't want to be chewing into apples and protein at the same time. So that's what will happen with the codling moth, and it's quite invasive. Once it hits your tree, it's pretty hard to get rid of. So you want to get to it before it happens. Now is about the right time to get your insect netting over your trees. Now, whether you've got pear trees, apple trees, or even citrus trees, and we're talking about citrus gall wasp, or if you've got fruit fly problems in your garden, as the weather warms up over 22 degrees, those insects are really active and they start to take control of your whole garden. So net your trees, spray them if you need to, natural base and some traps around will solve a lot of problems. Check it out on our website, vasilisgarden.com. From me, Vasily, Maresi, and I believe Taylor's Hill should be online now. Enjoy. And don't forget to pencil it into your diary for this Saturday. I'll be down at our Berwick outlet. That's our click and collect outlet with Cam and Kat, celebrating the new one there. It's been open for a few weeks now, but we're going to do a proper launch this Saturday. So pop down, say hello. We've got some superfood giveaways as well and lots of other great things happening. From me, Vasily, Maresi, see you there.